Well, I'm glad I didn't promise topwater being a banger bite, because I think I'm gonna have to break out the skunk buster, if you know what I mean. Oh man, this has gotten tough out here. I mean, I know it's post-spawn, but I figured they'd be a little more active than this. Well, I'm gonna do it. I'm tying it on. Oh, that's a bite on it. Oh yeah. Oh, come on, baby. Yes, sir. Nice. Oh, nice one, nice one, nice one. Well, what's going on, folks? Welcome back to the 200 Pond series. I'm excited about today's episode because honestly, it's the first time I filmed in quite a while. Because basically ponds 111 through 116, I fished all in Florida within like a 1 week period, just kind of stacked them up. Then I went to Tennessee and Kentucky and filmed the next few, and then one in Texas, and I'm finally back in DFW. Excited to film probably a fun topwater day today. I'm not gonna promise anything, but that's what I'm thinking. In the topwater of choice, as usual, in Dallas-Fort Worth ponds, as many of y'all's neighborhood ponds have, a bunch of snotgrass, so the frog is really the only way to go. And because the sun is rising quickly and I want to take advantage of this post-spawn bite, we'll talk about conditions here in a second, but I gotta get to fishing, so let's get down to pond number 121. Now, walking down to the pond, my suspicions are confirmed, and that is that we have a whole lot of snotgrass. Ooh, a bluegill. I'm seeing the pond teeming with life, so I assume there's some biting bass somewhere. Now, it looks like it's not just snotgrass. We actually also have some real life vegetation here. It looks like just really stringy milfoil. And so the two lures I'm bringing with me for this really quick loop around the pond are, of course, topwater frog, strike king, pad perch, and then a little prototype jig. You're not allowed to see it. Should be launching here in July or so. Water temperature this morning doesn't matter because I know these fish are all post-spawn. No way, no way. First cast. I had one chase me, first cast. First stinking cast. But you're gonna see me move ultra fast in today's episode, especially to start, because the morning bite does not last long. And by morning, I mean like the early, shallow, active fish bite. Now, having all this cover above their heads may extend that topwater bite. Normally, you only have snotgrass for like, 10, 15 yards out from the bank. So the fact that it covers this much of the water, especially in these two pockets here in that point, means that I may have a little longer topwater time. But these fish this time of year are not active long. Oh my gosh, holy cow. That was fun. That was fun. That was fun. Get in here, buddy. Absolutely slacklined his face. Come on. And that's success at pond 121, a grass covered bass. And he ate the frog. Oh, top of the mouth. Welcome back to Texas, folks. Whew. That one kind of hurt my thumb, actually. And that fish came in open water right on the edge of the grass. So more than likely that's gonna be a pattern, as it usually is practically all year round. Bass love to use edges. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna catch any casting just over the top of the slop, but early morning, the fish are gonna be more active than later on in the day on that edge. So you know what, maybe I need to focus on the edge first, and then when I come back through, because the canopy will still be there as the sun is up, maybe that's when I focus on over top of the stuff. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Oh, so heavy power rod hook set. I have not done that in a while. All right. Enough dillying and dallying. Let's keep it going, baby. I highly doubt that I'll even use this rod on this first pass through. I really just brought it in case one eats it and I can pitch back in there. But even a little finessey jig like this is not gonna be weedless enough for total snotgrass. Looks like we have a little water inflow right here that leads to no grass being able to grow, a little channel almost. Now, as you're seeing from the drone shot of this specific pocket right here that I'm fishing, it really has a whole lot more snotgrass on the top of it than really any other part on the pond. So that either tells me the wind has blown all this stuff, because again, none of this is connected to the bottom. So the wind has blown it into this corner, but I mean, judging by the dead calm conditions we have this morning and how little wind there's been lately, I don't think this is all wind driven. I think this is just the fact that it's shallower in this little corner. And so it just tends to, gather on the surface a lot easier because the grass underneath, the alive grass that is connected to the bottom, of course, doesn't take as long to reach the surface because it's shallower. And so that also means it collects the snot on top a lot quicker. So I don't think this pocket here is going to be super effective. It's just getting hotter and hotter. So I probably need to get to a little steeper of an edge, you know, so the fish have an easier access to deep water quicker. And in my last episode with Matt Sharp, he actually talked about how he noticed bass anglers move a lot. They move really fast. And man, during this time of the year, I don't care what level of angler you are, you've got to be moving, because the bite window does not last long, especially for shallow biting fish. So you can afford to slow down a little bit later in the morning, but right away I want to be blazing down the bank. And this creek that flows in here is clear, way clearer than most highway drainage ditches. It's deeper in the channel than it is out here. And I'm sure y'all, when I get back to the truck to get the drone shot later on, I'm going to realize just how shallow this area is. During the spring it would be loaded with fish, but I'm not even seeing any bluegills here right now. Let's get some exercise this morning, huh? With how calm it is, I'm not even giving my frog any time to really sit there. This water is shallow. I'll see a fish coming to eat it, as I did with the first one. I saw him wake behind it. So I can just hop, 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 walk, 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 reel it back in if I get too shallow. The more presentations I can make in this early morning period, the better. Step out the way, bro. Daddy's coming through. Oh, I see why he's here. There are bluegill beds all around this area. So keep in mind, good place to throw a soft plastic jerkbait maybe later on. Ooh, that was one. That was one. Let's check my hooks, see if it's obstructed by much. Oh no, but I got a wind knot. Oh, seems like it's more of a knot around grass. There we go. It's important to make casts exactly back where your bite came, and with all this snot grass, it's hard to remember where it was. I'm gonna go ahead and give my jig a little roll cast right where I got that bite. Come on, bruv. Well, you know, I have been wanting to test this jig around pond scenarios, see how anti-snot grass it is. And so far, it's handling it pretty good. Like, I'm sure the bottom composition of this area is not all that hard, and I haven't collected any snot grass yet. It gets an A grade from me so far for snot grass. That's a bass going through bluegill beds for sure. That was way too fast and big to be a bluegill. That's a bass right there. Huh. He is terrorizing them gills, which makes me think I could catch him on a topwater somewhere around the edge here. All right. A lot of yapping this morning, not a whole lot of catching. I apologize. Now, if y'all are not getting bit on the topwater frog at your ponds, do not take that as you're throwing the wrong color frog. That usually doesn't matter a whole lot. In like really clear bodies of water where the fish are clued in on one thing, yeah, maybe don't throw a black one or something. But the fish really just sees what's on the bottom of the frog, so don't care about what's on the top. Well, I'm glad I didn't promise topwater being a banger bite, because I think I'm gonna have to break out the skunk buster, if you know what I mean. Man, when that sun rose, the activity level I saw rapidly declined. Oh man, this has gotten tough out here. I mean, I know it's post-spawn, but I figured they'd be a little more active than this, because I don't want to have to break out the skunk buster. Well, I'm gonna do it. I'm tying it on. So what do you tie on when the fish don't eat a topwater frog around the slop and you've got post-spawn conditions? The caffeine shad, which is just my favorite version of a soft plastic jerkbait. I talk about it in many of my videos. It truly is a skunk buster. That, along with another one I'm gonna bring with me for deeper casts, the drop shot. And do I not have any green pumpkin ones? No way. What a doofus, Tyler. I'm ashamed of myself. I guess I'm gonna have to go shad. No, I shouldn't do that. The fish are eating bluegill. Well, that throws the title I want to use in this video way off whack, but I'm gonna throw something that still represents a bluegill, kind of similar vein, the 5-inch Ocho. But just know, this right here is not my skunk buster. It's a caffeine shad, but I don't have any. I'm gonna unclip my little boxes here on the bottom, get my terminal box out. This is the Evolution Fishing Largemouth 3.0 bag, brand new bag we launched at Evolution. I actually had a hand in designing some of the features on this bag, and I'm super proud of it. I love that we have a little PVC section down here for, oh, you can't see that. There it is right there for your glide baits, treble hook stuff, Alabama rigs. Tackle box fits there in the front, soft plastics here or there, or you can actually take out all the plastics and pop in these two sections to fit even more boxes. However you want to customize it, you can with this bag. So code TRF 2025 saves you 20% on your order. I'll have my bag linked below. 3-aught VMC red line wide gap hook. No reason to thread on a bullet weight for multiple reasons. First, because I want to be forced to fish slower, and the KVD line of plastics has more salt in it than usual, and so it falls pretty fast anyways, even rigged weightless. And in the grand scheme of things, at a pond like this, an Ocho versus a caffeine shad, probably not that much different to a bass, especially in still relatively low light conditions. And you can't tell me the bass don't want to eat that. We're gonna zip this sucker back up and catch some dang post spawners. And I'm getting good vibes now, let me tell you. And this kind of fishing's about as simple, as slow as it gets. Cast your soft plastic out there, let it sink all the way to the bottom, and slowly hop it back to you. What I call pawpaw style, because I feel like everybody's pawpaw would be fishing this way. Oh, that's a bite on it. Oh yeah. Oh, come on, baby. Yes, sir. Nice. Oh, nice one, nice one, nice one. Get in here. Get in here. Yes, sir. He's taking me for a spin this morning. My drag was definitely a little bit too loose for this kind of hook set. Yes. Get in here. Come on now. Come on now. Beautiful. Oh, Skunk Buster got it done. Or at least a version of the Skunk Buster. It's not the exact one I like, but it works in very similar of a way. I mean, like, look at this, it's down the hatch. So far down the hatch, matter of fact, that I have to turn the hook around so he doesn't die. One day I want to make a video showing you guys how to do that with a fish, to get a deep gut hooked fish unhooked and save his life, but that day is not today. Come on. I'm telling y'all, I'm dialed this time of year. If they're not eating the top water, super shallow early morning, they're gonna be somewhere off the edge around the bluegill beds. We have a bluegill area right here y'all see on the drone shot, and the fish are hanging just off the edge. I knew it. Just had to bring out one of the Skunk Busters to make it happen. Oh, is that 2 casts? Oh, that was 2 casts in a row. I had one. Did I find a school? There, yeah, I knew it. I found a school. I found a school, come on. Oh, that's a big one. That's a big one. That is 3 bites and 3 casts. Come on. Get through all that slop. Yes, sir. Gosh. Man, the best feeling is looking at your line and just watching it run away from you. You know you've got a bass. Oh my goodness. Look at that beautiful fish. Got him in the eye socket though. Sorry, buddy. That red line wide gap hook was not getting that fish off. Goodness. All right. Thank you, my friend, Mr. 2-ish pounder. Classic skinny post spawner. But we are 3 casts in a row now with the bite. We make it 4. Oh no, horrible cast. That doesn't count. Now, like I mentioned, my favorite Skunk Buster is the Strike King Caffeine Shad, and that is because these fish are really visual feeders. They're looking for bluegill to eat. They're very dialed in on that style of bite. And so I love the way that I can burn that thing. It kind of shimmies like a swim bait, and then when you stop it, it'll kind of go like this on its way down. I've caught some fish, at least in last year's 100 Ponds series, doing that exact technique. And while the Ocho or any really weightless soft plastic doesn't have exactly the same action, in a pond like this where there's probably a good portion of fish that are in this kind of mood, you can probably still get a good amount of bites doing it on this kind of thing. That's why I call the Skunk Buster category really as a whole weightless soft plastics. I'm going to eliminate like super small worms and super big worms and maybe big swim baits for the most part though. If you got a regular size worm, regular size creature bait, regular size fluke, that's probably a good Skunk Buster for you at your pond. I'm gonna keep catching them. Gonna keep busting my skunk. Although to be fair, the frog did bust my skunk. I caught one, but I wasn't having a great day before now. Oh, yeah. Good grief, Tyler. All right, well, a worm hit the tall shore grass here, and they didn't mow. All right, I'm toast. Don't think I'm getting this one out. There it is, folks, 200 ponds. You see everything. Any normal YouTuber would just cut this out. Not me, okay? What a doozy. Yep, I'm retimed. We'll see y'all back here in a second. Look at how easy that was. Wow. Now, I'm definitely a fan of the roll cast, but that tends to get me in trouble with tall shoreline grass. So we're gonna stick to the overhand the rest of today. And I'm gonna put the hood up on my AFCO Sun shirt here. Make sure you check out the link below. No discount code anymore, wish there was, but I've got affiliate links for all the AFCO clothes I wear. As we are entering sunburn and skin cancer season here in Texas. There we go. There we go. I saw my line running away the whole time. And my friend, you are a rinker-dinker. Are you even a bass? Yes, yes, it is. But that guy right there is legitimately the size of my worm. Look at that, 3 inches longer. A nice quarter scoop. Thank you, my friend. Not the size we're after, but that was a good cast location, right off the edge of the point. The old heron is doing his own fishing on that side of it. There we go. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, he either has me in the grass. That's a nice one. That's a nice one. Yes, sir. Come on. Come on. Man, there are some times of the year where the bass just like to group up. One of those is pre-spawn. Then they spread out during the spawn to make their beds in various places. and then the post spawn, they group up again. And we got a 2-pound bass and a 2-pound grass. Thank you, my friend. How beautiful you are. It is so crucial when they are feeding on bluegills, y'all, to make repetitive casts at the same area, because the food source is why they're there. So why would they spread out around the food source when they can all stay in the good eating place? Let's compare it to, say, a southern home-style, family-style diner. You don't want to sit on the end of the table where the fried okra and the grits and the cornbread are not being passed around. You want that stuff to come to you. That's exactly how bass are once they finish spawning. They are hungry, and they are either out deep chasing shad off ledges and drop-offs and brush piles, or they are right on the edge of where the okra and the mac and cheese is. Now, as always, I have the exact gear I'm using linked down in the video description. Those are affiliate links, so if you could shop for your tackle, really any tackle, using those links to get to Tackle Warehouse, that would be much appreciated, as this is my full-time job and affiliate income is a huge way I make money. So rods, reels, line, bait, even if you don't buy the exact brand I'm talking about, entering the website through those links helps me out a ton. Oh, there's one. There's one. Just gave him the old, well, I was gonna say the old lean hook set, and that's all you need. Well, that fish needed a little more. He was teeny tiny anyways, but maybe he's got a friend. Oh yeah, there you go. What a janky hook set. I got him again. He said, I wasn't finished with you, buddy. Dude, where's your friends that are larger? We'll give that a junior scoop of Baskin Robbins and a skimpy junior scoop. The worker's having a bad day. But I'm not having a bad day, I'm having a fun day. I just really want a 5-younder to add to my collection. Now, in order to throw weightless soft plastics well, you have to have a rod that is A, long enough, and B, soft enough. So this here is the new Lew's Gen 3 Speed Stick Combo, 7-foot medium heavy, but I really feel like it's more of a medium. Like, as I just kind of whip this thing around, I felt a lot of rods in my life. I really think this thing kind of fits more on the softer side of things, and so I do like it for weightless soft plastics. My favorite is a 7.2 medium, but if you want just a good all-around combo for weightless soft plastics to maybe slightly weighted small jigs, 3/8 ounce thunder crickets and spinnerbaits, maybe some small top waters, this is a great combo for that. Really impressed with how they redesigned the speed spool and still kept it 99 bucks, even through tariffs and inflation, which definitely means they're not making as big of a cut on this product as they used to, but I'm happy they still kept this thing relatively low price. Keeping it moving. That's one. Does he have it? He's got it. Oh, come on. These fish are tiny. I gave that guy time. I checked if he was there, and he still didn't have the hook. Okay, he's got it right now. I'm gonna slowly set, oh my gosh. They've gotta be gills. Oh, uh-oh. We got a lawnmower coming. Can't be chopping up the Signature Series. And I guess I should probably move my camera all the way beyond range of the lawnmower guy. I'm just gonna go straight to where I saw some bluegills on the other side of this. Another bass on a bed. He was very spooky though. So I guess we are like immediate post-spawn, which might explain the funk these fish are in. They normally don't get to feeding until at least, 2 to 3 weeks after they're done spawning. Those are probably bluegill now that I'm thinking about it. Okay, my line just jumped. I'm gonna pull up and check. Yep, he's got it. Oh my goodness. Brother John. I'm on the struggle bus today. Here he is. Oh my gosh, he dropped it again. Come on. Yes, finally got the hook in one. Get your face in here. Get your face in here. At some point, you have to blame pilot error. Now, I'm not ready for that blame yet, but it's getting close. I'm absolutely giving the next one the business. All right, come on now. Gosh dang it. These fish don't deserve the business. If I get one more small bite in this area, I'm done. Here we go. Okay. Felt the thump. Gosh, that's actually, that's an, oh my gosh. What? Let me check my hook, man. That's a lot of fish to lose back to back to back. Nope, hook looks just fine. Pilot error. That's next level crazy. All right, how about we end the episode with 2 more catches? I'm confident I can at least do that. We got a stretch of bluegill beds right here. There should be fish hanging off the edge. But can I hook them? That's the question for myself. Oh my goodness, what in the world, Tyler? I'm just gonna get a new worm. Maybe this thing's holding me back. And I forget the watermelon side down, so that's what the fish see as it falls. But there's a little bit of flash of white on top when it kind of pops. Here we go, this will solve my depression. Oh, the higher the sun gets, the tougher the bite. I mean, nobody around me is catching any fish. We got 4 guys fishing out here today, or 5. I haven't seen a bass in the last 20 minutes be caught. Yeah. Well, you know, in the wise words of Mike Iaconelli, never give up. But I feel like I know when my time is up. It's right now. Because man, with nobody having caught a big one today, I don't really think if I spent much more time just letting my worms sit out there, if I would have gotten a big one. Is that a bad mentality to have? Possibly, because it's fishing and anything can happen, but I'm hungry and thirsty, so I'm gonna go get myself some chicken minis, maybe an ice cold sweet tea, and later on tonight a date with the wifey for Mother's Day. So thank you all so much for watching this episode of 200 Ponds. Hopefully you all enjoyed. If you want to watch my last episode, Whammy with Matt Sharf from Good Good Golf, it'll be up here in this corner, and an actual episode from the exact same time last year, similar looking pond, exactly with the depth and the bluegill beds and the snodgrass, but I actually caught them on the old Skunk Buster Caffeine Chat Whammy. It'll be up here in this corner. As always, my tackle is linked below, and it's a dang pleasure. We'll see y'all next time right here on TRF.